What's up, everybody? How are you all doing tonight? Get one more drink before we get started. Tonight's drink, I've been on this lately. I don't know if you guys have had this or not. It's the Snapple Snapple Peach Tea Zero Sugar. Anytime I go to a restaurant that has, I always like places that have, like, a lot of places will have raspberry tea, and some will have peach tea. The Snapple Peach Tea is terrific with the Peach Crown Royal, if you can find it. I can never find it around here in Ohio. All right. Here is our owner list for tonight. Missing some payments from some folks, but I am aware that PayPal's app is having an issue. So if you're one of those people that was struggling to figure it out, or whatever, the issue is with their app, but not with PayPal themselves. Like, so if you go to the actual website, everything's functioning there. I know several people messaged me and said they had to log onto their computer or tablet or whatever and do it. So no big deal. I know people are out and about, and most of the time you're trying to do stuff on your phone. So just whenever you guys can get to it, that's fine. I think it was Zach Brenner, David Brinkman, James Ward. I think that's it. It's just 3 people for this list. We might be waiting on 1 or 2 people on the duck race too. But like I said, I know the deal with PayPal tonight, and no problem if that's the situation for you. Just get it when you can get it. It won't be a problem. So, let's get the old tablet fired up. And go. Super full screen mode for the duck race like normal. And then here is our duck race lineup. 1 through 23. Like I said, there might be 1 or 2 people we were missing. And it might just be waiting on PayPal to sort out their deal or whatever. I think Chris Bonnet might be the only one. No, Zach Brenner's on here too. So Chris and Zach on that list. So, like I said, no big deal. I'm aware of the issue. If it's tomorrow when you get it sorted out or whatever, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. So it's beyond our control. So let's get this duck race going and get this show on the road. Shuffle them one time. Good luck, everybody. Oh, okay, Chris. It probably was something right before we started the live and I hadn't checked my phone or hadn't checked Venmo, so no big deal. No problemo. We're looking for the top two, first and second place. We got duck 15 and I think 14. Yeah, 15 and 14. All right. So, let me mark these guys down. So, 15 was first place, 14 second place. So, that gives us Brian Doobie with the first place group and Kevin Lee on the second place group. Easy for me to say. 15 and 14, so that's how it looks. Brian Doobie and Kevin Lee. So, Brian, you've got the unlisted, or not unlisted, the unclaimed guys that started from BK and went down to Kurt. And then, Kevin, you've got the guys starting with Mark Martin all the way down to the Gray Brothers. So, congrats to both of you, Brian and Kevin, on the duck race win. Turn that bad boy off. And away we go. Good luck to everybody. I know everybody, I heard, or not heard, but I saw a comment where somebody said they were kind of burnt out on Donruss. So I've already kind of got this week planned with Thursday and Sunday. Thursday will be a repeat of tonight. A 5-boxer again. And then Sunday we'll do our case break. I just finished up the case break driver list a little bit ago. Actually. And so I've got that ready to roll. And then next week, we'll have some different stuff next week. I know I've already got a repack break planned for next week. If you guys were here for the first repack break, it was pretty darn good. At least everybody that told me said it was pretty darn good. So I would suggest that not be one that you skip. Because essentially the way the repack break worked was, if your driver is on the list, they have some kind of card in the break. You know you're getting something. And that's the way the next one will work too. And then next week we'll probably also do, I don't know, like a prism break maybe. And then we've also got a mail sale next Saturday. So kind of a whole bunch of different stuff next week. So we'll do Thursday's Donruss, and then Sunday's case break with Donruss, and then we'll kind of chill out a little bit. We'll still do Donruss. It's not like we're abandoning it. We're just gonna change things up a little bit and work more into a rotation as much as we can. So red and blue, Sheldon Creed, hollow William Byron, Unleashed Denny. And we got a red AJ Allmendinger. I can tell you guys, I did make 2 adjustments for the full case break. AJ Allmendinger will be listed. I had several people ask me about listing him. So he will be listed. And Luke Fenhouse, the rookie, will also be listed individually. Everything else will stay the same. I think I took off, I forget who it was I took off of the case list and dropped them into the unlisted spot. 129 or 199. Harry Gant, I think is who it was, that I dropped into unlisted for the case break. Corey Heim went unclaimed and goes to Brian Doobie. Red and blue Bowman. Wallace Allen. And slamming Sammy Smith. Burning rubber. Sammy Smith was unclaimed and goes to Kevin Lee. Logano. Red and blue, Carson Quapple. Optic Hollow, Dale Jr. The Hill Suspension. Spellbound P. Richard Petty. I still have yet to really see what he did. I've yet to really watch a replay or see it happen, so I'm not sure I can comment a whole lot. But I do agree with Dale Jr.'s take. 135 or 199 for Nick Sanchez. Sanchez also unclaimed, goes to Kevin Lee. But I heard Dale Jr. say that he thinks NASCAR just needs to, at some point, they just have to say this is what we do. If somebody, hooks somebody, then this is the penalty, period. And you can't do they were on a road course, so it was slower, so the penalty's not as bad, and blah, blah, blah. Dale's opinion that I heard him say was it's got to be the same no matter what. And I agree with Dale. You need some consistency. And even if the consistency is harsh, you need some kind of consistency. So Briscoe Hollow Optic. Spellbound Petty. Red and blue Ross Chastain. And Carson Hocevar, season highlights. The Stuart Friesen wreck. Scott Dixon sent it to me because I hadn't seen it yet. Red and blue Eric Jones. And Unleashed Bubba. Winner. So the Stuart Friesen wreck, couple things I'll say. The Stuart Friesen wreck is a very somber reminder as to why when we say a race was good or not good, or exciting or not exciting, if there's no big wrecks, that is not what determines whether a race is good or not, because ultimately those wrecks could turn out the way Stewart turned out. So wrecks are not exciting. It's not what you want to see at a race if you're a genuine race fan, in my opinion. I hope that doesn't rub somebody the wrong way, but I feel very strongly about that. Wrecks. If you want to see wrecks, there's a demolition derby you can go watch. You can go watch figure eight racing. There's lots of opportunity. You can go watch monster trucks, destroy stuff. But, on a racetrack with race cars. Not the way, in my opinion. But anyway, and then the other couple hot takes I had from the Stuart Friesen wreck that I mentioned to Scott in our conversation was, if you look at how he wrecked, two immediate things jumped out to me. One, no catch fence where there's a wall. Why you would have a wall without a catch fence doesn't make any sense at all. And number two, if you look at the wall, it doesn't look like anything. It looks like the wall, let me show you guys with my hand. It looks like the wall sticks up like this, meaning racetrack comes to here, and then behind it, there's also nothing behind it. When you have a wall sticking up, you need to have something meet the top of the wall, meaning there needs to be ground on the backside, or like at Atomic, we used a bunch of tires and stacked up tires and then filled those with dirt, so that you're not coming down on a point. So if you look at his wreck, just incredibly lucky to probably still be here. And that wall situation, I don't know what racetrack that is, but they got to address it. Unleashed Richard Petty. Very dangerous. Very dangerous to have a wall like that. Red and blue, Sammy Smith. Austin Dillon. Optic purple. Going to Michael Clay. 53 of 59. I'm not sure what jersey barriers are, Chris. To me, it looked like those block, concrete blocks that were sectioned in. Spellbound H, Dale Jr. But no matter what the wall is made out of, there needs to be something behind it, or there needs to be a catch fence. One of the two. It cannot be something that's just there for somebody to come down on. You know what I mean? It's just Spellbound Chase Elliott, 57 of 199. Chase is on the case. He's going to Paul. Oh, we got gold coming in hot. Before we got the gold, we got Ryan Blaney. 81 of 99. Going to Zach Brewer. And then what's the gold going to be? It's upside down, I believe. Michael Waltrip, Optic Gold Auto. Interesting. 2 out of 10. It will never be where everyone is happy anyway. Oh, yeah, James. You're probably talking about what I was referring to when people say a race wasn't good because there wasn't wrecks and stuff. And I agree with you. You're right. Wrong Napa driver? We were looking for Chase Elliott, huh? Looking for Chase Elliott, and we got Michael Waltrip. Napa know-how. That's nice, though. Gold Optic. Going to Andrew. Nice hit, Andrew. William Sawalich. Optic Hollow, Kurt Busch. Spellbound T for Junior. Brent Cruz, red and blue. Connor Zillich, rookie. This whole stack's upside down. Brent Cruz. Cole Custer, red and blue. Race Kings, Kyle Larson. We should have one more relic. I think I just picked it up, actually. Brennan Queen, I should say. Frankie Muniz, Huddencut. We got the whole rookie pack here. Luke Fenhouse, he's the one that I haven't had listed individually, and he will be for the case break. Red and blue, Sanchez. Optic, red velocity, Tyler Reddick. It's going to go to Troy. $11 out of $199. I think 11 was his. I think he ran number 11 in dirt late models. It's been so long since he got in a dirt late model, I wouldn't remember. Burning rubber, Brandon Jones. Going to Scott Dixon. Justin Haley, red and blue. Spellbound, Chase. And Brent Cruz with the Optic rated rookie. Box 2. You said you're on the crazy train, Tony. I know. I'm just trying to make you feel better. I know what you meant, or what you said. It's not what you meant, because you didn't mean anything. You said it correctly. Hope you're all right. Obviously, if you're watching a card break, you're all right. Yeah. They'll have you good as new in no time, though. Be like Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka up dancing around. 'Cause I got a golden ticket. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure. Well, I can sing to you. That'll keep your mind off of it. But it might be more painful for your ears. So I'm not sure what'll be worse, to be quite honest. Red, Tony Breidinger, 35 of 299. Is it me, or is she sort of flattened out this year? Like, it seemed like last year she was having some pretty good runs and finishing in the teens. And I feel like every truck race I look at, I see her in the bottom 5 or 6. And I don't know if it's all her, if it's circumstance, if it's equipment failures. Chase Elliott, Spellbound. I don't watch the trucks enough to know. So, red and blue, Denny. Caden Honeycutt, Optic Hollow, rated rookie. Door number for Tony. 35. Is that her? That would be her ARCA. Obviously, that's her ARCA fire suit. And it even says ARCA Menards there. So it would have been her ARCA car. I'm not sure what. Unleashed Reddick. I think she ran 25, didn't she? I think she was 25 in ARCA. Red and Blue Raja. Christian Eckes. There's all the Napa driver Christian Eckes cards. Red and Blue Bubba Wallace. Spellbound Richard Petty. Casey Kane, Red and Blue. And Connor Zillich, Spellbound. Oh, okay. 93 and 98, black border. Riley Herbst, unclaimed, goes to Kevin Lee. And we pulled one of these earlier. I've heard somebody talk about the Austin or the Dillon Vortex. Apparently this is a real thing, that when you start pulling Dillons, it was Logan was talking about it. He calls it the Dillon Vortex. But we've pulled two of these tonight now. Purple out of 59 going to Michael Clay. We got twins. Larson Spellbound O. I really wish they had short printed the Spellbounds. I wish they made less of them. Ooh, okay, never mind what I'm talking about. That's nice. Signature Series, 18 of 49. Explosion, Tony Breidinger. Nice color match, too, with the Canes helmet and fire suit. Tony B goes to Zach Brenner. Very nice. Congrats, Zach. Luke Fenhouse, Red and Blue. Anthony Alfredo. Edwards, and Unleashed. 103 of 199, Kyle Larson. Larson goes to Dale. Again, if you didn't hear me talking about the base cards in the last break, I'll reiterate what I explained then. All cards tonight, all cards are included. All base cards are included. The only reason that they won't be included is if you've already messaged me and said, "Hey, no more base," which I've had quite a few people already tell me, no more. But all bases included tonight. Thursday night's 5-box break, all the bases included that night also. When we get to the case break on Sunday, I'm going to include one copy of every base card so that I don't have to sort over, you know what I mean, through 20 boxes worth. It's going to save me hours and hours of sorting. So I'm going to include one of every base card. So you're going to get at least, you're going to get, you know, every copy that there is. And if you're somebody that you just want every card possible, message me and I'll sort yours out and send them to you. But for the most part, I think we've reached a point where most people now probably don't want 14 Dale Jr. base cards. Maybe, but most people probably don't. Red and blue, Josh Williams. Brent Cruz, Optic, rated rookie, hollow. Carson Hocevar, Jimmy. Justin Allgaier. Hocevar, 87/99. Going to Troy with the purple. Screen is jumping or glitching again. So I got a Davey Allison downtown and a case break last night. It was dinged up. Is it an easy process to try to get? I'm not sure what you're asking, Mike. I'm assuming you're probably asking about a replacement. My advice would be, if you want to try to get a replacement, do that now. Do not wait. Get that submitted immediately. Because I am sure there are very few replacements. If there's more than one or two, I'd be shocked. So I would not wait. I would do that immediately if that's what you're going to try to do. I don't think I've ever done replacement. But if you're going to try it, I would certainly do that immediately. 10 out of 199, Harrison Burton. Red Velocity. He was unclaimed and goes to Brian. And then we got 6 of 49, Matt Mills suited up. He's going to go to the unlisted spot in Andrew Ritchie. Red and blue, Eric Jones. Larson Race Kings. Austin Beers. What a great last name. Red and blue, Darrell Waltrip. If Austin Beers amounts to anything, and Busch or Budweiser or somebody beer-related doesn't sponsor him, missed opportunity. We got a Brendan Butterbean Queen Optic Hollow. Paul has been frothing at the mouth trying to find one of these. He's been absolutely going after him. I will say, Paul, because I know you asked about grading, I would say this one probably is a 9 at best. There's a little pressure mark there. Centering's not absolutely dead perfect, front or back. So I would say it's probably a 9 best case scenario. But we can grade it if you want. Spellbound A, Dale Jr. At least you got one. Now we got to try to find you a better one. Tyler Ankrum, 21 of 299 red. Goes to Andrew Ritchie. Unleashed. 89 and 99. Unleashed. William Byron. Going to James Ward. Man, those are good looking. That's such a nice looking card. Then we get into the rookies. Yeah, exactly. One's better than zero. Kyle Weatherman, blue and red. And then we got suited up, 29/99 for Ryan Preece. Did you guys see the video where they have a slushy maker in their hauler? And Ryan said that all the crew guys keep saying they want to make margaritas with it. And he told them that they're not making margaritas in it until they win a race. Once they win a race, he said, then you guys can have at it. Purple Connor Daly, 29/99. I think that's going to Ronnie, I believe. Yeah, Ronnie Stone. Agreed, Sarah. Agreed. Those are really sharp. And Optic Hollow Frankie Muniz. Going to Sam. Race Kings Joey Logano. All right. Number 3. Empty box. I don't think I told everybody, or maybe I did, I don't know. But I did open a personal box the other night. It was probably one of the worst boxes I've seen, to be honest. I feel like I take grenades for everybody all the time. Because it was not that great of a box. The auto was decent. It was Parker Retzlaff. So that was okay. But nothing else to really get too excited about. Like the relics weren't numbered. I forget who they were. Nothing short printed. There was a Larson to 49. So that was cool. But beyond that, it was kind of a box. So I took one for the team. Somebody's got to do it, exactly. I don't think anybody can truly understand how hard it is to have, a fair amount of boxes sitting around you and not open them. Or at least not go crazy opening them. Like, I can control myself, but it's like, you're sitting there staring at, 10 boxes of Donruss on the shelf thinking, man, I could just open a couple of those. It's, it takes a good bit of willpower to control yourself. Red and blue, Joey Logano. Hollow Optic, Raja Caruth. There's the Napa driver. 79/299. Christian Eckes. Eckes goes to Todd. Yeah, that's typically going to be the format, Andrew. That's been, so all the way back to 2017 with Donruss Hobby, that's been pretty much the format. In 2021, when we had the buyback autos, you had a chance at pulling a couple autos. It didn't happen very often, and even sometimes it wasn't a buyback. Sometimes you'd get a second Signature Series auto or a second. But for the most part, with Donruss, it's usually one auto, two relics, all the way back to 2017. Ryan Blaney, 150 of 199, going to Zach. Yeah, I just checked to make sure that everything's on the up and up for you guys. Davey Allison, red and blue. Burning Rubber, Jimmy Johnson. Goes to Robert Taylor. Connor and Brent. Harrison Burton, red and blue. Optic Hollow, Jesse Love. Oh, you work for Napa? Cool, Mike. $147 of $199. Raja Caruth. Caruth going to Kevin Lee. What are you talking about, Scott? Or not Scott, Chris? Kevin Harvick, red and blue. Justin Haley, Optic Hollow. Spellbound Chase. Red and blue, Corey Heim. Heim time. Unleashed Tyler Reddick. Like, yep, there's cards in those boxes. Exactly. Red and blue, Bonsignor, Burton, and Eckes. All right, let me open some more penny sleeves real quick. Alrighty. Well, that's pretty cool, man. There's your guy right there. Red and blue Reddick. And Kyle Weatherman. Hollow Optic. Spellbound Petty. Zane Smith, red and blue. Hocevar. Is it NBC that picks up the broadcast now? Because I heard TNT kind of giving their farewell bit after the race, but I wasn't paying attention enough to know. I'm assuming it goes to NBC now with the playoffs coming up. Austin Hill. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Going to Tony. 93 and 99, 199. Red Velocity. NBC the rest of the way. Oh, thank goodness I know where to go to watch the race for the rest of the year. Suited Up Stenhouse. Goes to Greg. It's interesting, he's in this fire suit holding his NOS helmet that does not match. Red and blue Sam Mayer. Spellbound Jr. Filler. Reddick. Red and blue Josh Williams. Ty Gibbs, red and blue. Carson Hocevar, purple Velocity Optic. Going to Troy. 53 of 59. Dude Wipes, Anthony Alfredo, 117 to 299. Anybody else use Dude Wipes? We have them in our house. Going to Andrew Ritchie. Oh, I should tell you guys about my experience today. Let's talk about something. This is something that I'm sure some people will have an opinion on. It was interesting, to say the least. Let's get past Jeffrey Earnhardt first. Signature Series Jeffrey Earnhardt. That's going to go to Larry. Make its way out to Kansas. Larry's been restationed in Kansas. Congrats, Larry, on the Jeffrey hit. So today, we had our ducts cleaned at our house and our dryer vent cleaned. Anybody else had this done? Have any experience with it? It's very interesting. Also gross to an extent. Red and blue Tanner Gray. Larson Spellbound. And an Optic Butterbean. I got a couple of these set aside for Paul. We'll put that one in a sleeve as well, in case he wants to do something with that. But we had, around here, the company's called Stanley Steamer. And they're better known for carpet cleaning and floor cleaning and that kind of stuff. But had them come out and do vent cleaning today. we've been in our house 10 years and never had it done. My parents have been in their house since 82 and have never had it done. So I'm not sure how critical it is or isn't. But the one difference I will say is in our house, we have 2 dogs, one that sheds very much. And my parents have never had inside animals in their home ever. I mean, as a kid, we had a golden retriever when I was a kid and then as a teenager, but she had an outside. My dad built her like a condo outside, this massive dog box. She stayed outside all the time, but she had it made. You could fit like 4 or 6 bales of straw around the inside of her dog box. And she still had plenty of room to lay down, like in the winter. Because we would stack straw in there to like make it warmer, insulate it. And and she still had all kinds of room in there. She had a pretty good situation for that. But anyway, so I don't know if anybody's ever had their vents cleaned or not, but it was an experience. So yeah. Red and blue dinger. Hollow David Starr. Spellbound Jeff Gordon. I know that early on, the folks from Panini told us that you could only find downtowns in hobby and that you could only find slingshots in retail. And I am putting that to rest because I have had multiple people tell me they've pulled slingshots from hobby, and I had at least one person say they found a downtown in retail. So 27 of 299 red Austin Hill goes to Tony. So I think we've busted that myth that came straight from Panini too, crazy enough. 25 of 49 Spellbound Chase Elliott. They were the ones that said this is where you'll find them. You can't find them in other, and then lo and behold, we're 3 weeks into the product release and people are finding them in the other places. So Chase goes to Paul. Red and blue Jeff Gordon. Burning Rubber Dale Jr. The Exalta. I did like that car. I thought that was a good looking race car. Sam Mayer. Oop, had one behind Casey. It was Anthony Alfredo. Denny. Blue, Connor Zilich, rated rookie, 115 of 199. Goes to Chris Bonnet. Optic Hollow Kevin Harvick. Spellbound Junior, letter R. $12 of $2.99 red Alex Bowman. Going to Brian. Unleashed, Jeff Gordon. Red and blue SVG. Hollow Optic, Ben Rhodes. Junior Spellbound, letter A. I've yet to be able to spell somebody's whole name out from one break. I've been trying to pay attention. Chris Buescher, red and blue. Race Kings. Red and blue Dale Jr., Ankrum, and Spellbound Connor Zilich in that half. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I agree, Sam. Sometimes I feel like they are so zoomed in that they miss. Like if you look at some of the, customs that I do for the weekly winners, there's kind of a theme that I try to follow with them, and like when you look at Bubba's, it's abundantly clear that Bubba won the Brickyard in the custom that I made for this week coming up. It couldn't be more obvious, you know what I mean? And I agree. I wish sometimes they just were not as zoomed in. I wish it wasn't always so much right in tight. But Brian said he was able to do Petty and Zilich in a case. I believe it in a case. Yeah, I'm just saying in a 5-boxer I haven't been able to do it. So, yeah, I would believe in a case you can probably do, I believe that for sure. All right. Red and blue Allgaier, John Hunter, Unleashed Swalich. I don't know what's up with this Creed card, but it is 8 up. Who had Creed? He's a unclaimed driver that went to Kevin. He'll have multiples, so I'm sure it's probably not too big of a deal. But Optic Red Velocity Frankie Muniz, rated rookie, going to Sam. 130 of 199. Red and blue, Christopher Bell. Spellbound, Richard Petty. 73 of 199. Going to Glenn. Last night, I messaged all the people that played fantasy football from last year. I believe that out of the 12 participants, I believe we only have one who's not returning. Ooh, turn of the century auto, Mikey Waltrip. A little bit of a bummer to pull the same driver, but at least it's a different card and a really cool card. Turn of the century explosion, 13 of 49. Also going to Andrew Ritchie. Very nice. So with fantasy football, if there's people that if you want to play and you didn't get a message from me last night, just let me know that you're interested, because I did let everybody in the group know who has been participating that if we have interest, that we may run a second fantasy football league. Red and blue Larson, hollow Anthony Alfredo. So if you're a fantasy football player and you want in, just let me know, because we will run a second league if we have enough interest. And I know I would play in a second one, and I know there's at least one other person that said he's in for both. So that would mean we really probably would only need 6 more to make a second one go if there's enough interest. So 38 of 199 blue Sammy Smith. And I will make a post about that probably next week, like Monday or something, letting everybody know that we've got room to add some people in and make another league. And we could do an 8-person all the way up to 12. The one that we've had going is 12-person. So, red and blue, Jimmy Johnson. Boy, Frankie Muniz is hot tonight. Optic blue, or not blue, optic purple. Very little blue on that card. What am I looking at? Going to Sam. 38 of 59. Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. Pedal to the metal, Todd Gilliland. Sheet metal. It's going to go to Michael Clay. I had somebody kind of along the same lines as fantasy football. I had somebody asking the other day if we're going to do any football breaks. Yeah, absolutely. As long as you guys want to do them, absolutely. I think it'd be fun if we have enough interest. I think it'd be fun to do like a football break once a week, like for Monday Night Football. I think that would be fun to do, like just to have a tradition every week. And they don't have to be big breaks. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to do anything crazy. They could be, single box breaks for football stuff if we need them to be. All right. 5th and final box. But just like how Sunday has become, it's always been tradition, basically since I started the group, tradition has always been Sundays we do NASCAR breaks. Because, 80% of the year we got a race on Sunday. So, So Monday nights might be a fun. Watched a wild card break. Yeah. Yeah, wild card. So here's the thing. I like wild card, Todd. I think it's cool. I like Leaf, and I think Leaf is cool. And I think for the prices for those boxes, they are great. Not everybody agrees with me. But if we do a break with any kind of product like that that's unlicensed, like Leaf or Wildcard, then it would have to be a hit draft and not a pick your team or because of the price of the box, you can get away with doing a hit draft pretty easy. Now, you could do more boxes if you go to, teams format or divisions or whatever, but yeah, then you run the risk of skunking because the checklists are so big. So but just like how we've done, like how we did the poker, Leaf poker, it would be a hit draft would make more sense for something like that. But would probably try to stay, for football breaks, I would probably try to stay more in the Panini wheelhouse, Panini hobby box wheelhouse for football. Score, Phoenix, Donruss, Luminance. So oh yeah, I agree. I like Wild Card and Leaf. Like I've kind of put them in the same category, and I like them both. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that don't that don't agree with me. Red and blue, Frankie. Austin Dillon. Optic Hollow, Kyle Weatherman. Yep, sure do, Scott, sure do. Carson Hocevar. And we can do some college stuff too. I was looking at just kind of like, this is looking way ahead, but I was looking at trying to do like, maybe we can do a football break for the first night the NFL has a game, which I think is on a Thursday night. Unleashed Bubba. And then maybe try some kind of college break for the first weekend of college football. Red and blue. And probably do that on Saturday. Probably look for the first college game day. Whatever day it is that the first Saturday for college game day and big noon kickoff and the whole shebang. Do a college football break that day. Hollow Optic Raja. So, Spellbound Jr. As long as everybody's cool with me keeping Ohio State in that. I've gotten to where I don't try to, you guys have seen, I don't try to keep too much to myself in a break these days. I try to, just leave everything out there. But Ohio State is, that would be the one that, like, if I pulled something, man, that would be a real jerker for me. So, Ben Rhodes, 182 of 199. Going to Will Black. Yeah, WNBA, I haven't even touched. I would love to be buying WNBA stuff for my daughter because she enjoys some of the players, and we still follow J.C. Sheldon, but the prices are just insane. Kyle Busch, Purple Optic. Going to Tony Jordan, 53 of 59. Suited up, Tommy Joe Martins. Goes to Andrew Ritchie. Andrew, are you a Buckeye fan? Red and blue, Kyle Weatherman. Spellbound, Chase Elliott. Oh, okay. When you said boo, I didn't know what you were referring to. I didn't know if you were booing Ohio State or if you were booing the fact that I said I wanted to keep Ohio State. I was going to say, I thought you were one of those whiteout crazies. Hey, you're at least in the Big Ten, so that's good. At least we can agree we've got the best conference. And we both dislike the team up north, because Penn State fans dislike them as much as Ohio State fans do. What do you guys say? Maybe there's a downtown in this stack. We're due. We haven't pulled one yet. Today is a good day to find one, and why not right here in this stack? That's what I'm saying. Why not us tonight? Red and blue, Casey Kane. Hollow optic, Jesse Love. Unleashed, Denny. $136 of $299. Michael McDowell. Going to Jake. Spellbound, Jeff Gordon, N. 3 of 49. That's nice. Going to Gavin. Gavin's had Gordon in most of our breaks, and I think Gavin's probably getting close to being able to do a full name of a couple of these variations. I think Gavin's got a nice little stack going of some of those out of 49 and 99. Going to be close to completing one of those. Red and blue, Alfredo. Suited up, Justin Allgaier. Allgaier is going to David Madsen. How about a Connor Daly? We're going to call that the Mojo. 6 of 25 for Ronnie Stone. Finally got another SP. Connor Daly. Those are nice looking. Jake Garcia Optic Hollow. Spellbound Petty. Red and blue Denny Hamlin. Unleashed Richard Petty. Cole Custer. Red and blue Raja. Optic Red Velocity Anthony Alfredo. Going to Andrew Ritchie in the unlisted spot. 188 out of 199. Still looking for some ink, too. Spellbound Jr. I think we're still missing one auto from this box. Red and blue Bubba. Oh, what is that? What is that? That's a Pandora. Brennan Poole Pandora. 20 of 25. That'll go to Andrew Ritchie. That's cool looking, though. Check that out. That's pretty bitchin'. I'm going to have to try to find one of those of a couple of my drivers now that I've seen those in person. Those are nice. That's sweet. Congrats, Andrew. Heck of a night for the unlisted spot, that's for sure. Nope, never sleep on the unlisted, that's for sure. Never sleep on it. Red and blue Josh Williams, Bowman, and Caden Honeycutt to close things out. So, let me get the base cards out of the way, and I'll hit you guys with a recap. I won't say it was a great break, but it was okay. It wasn't bad. Maybe average would be the best way to describe it. I certainly wouldn't say great. I certainly wouldn't say bad. So somewhere in the average range is what I would call tonight's. If I were to describe it somehow. So we did have the short print Mojo Connor Daly to 25. That's nice. Our relics were, in basically reverse order, Justin Allgaier suited up, Tommy Joe Martins, Todd Gillen pedal to the metal, Burning Rubber Dale Jr., suited up Stenhouse, Burning Rubber Jimmy Johnson, suited up Ryan Priest to 99, Matt Mills out of 49, Brandon Jones Burning Rubber, and Sammy Smith Burning Rubber. And then our autos, we had that Pandora Brennan Poole. That's just sweet. That's really, really cool. Turn of the Century, which I like this design a lot too. Michael Waltrip. Jeffrey Earnhardt Signature Series. And we had a second Mikey Waltrip Gold Optic. 2 of 10. And the Signature Series Tony B Red Explosion to 49 to close things out. And a big old stack of code cards that will distribute. Probably everybody will get one or two. I think that second round of shipments that I sent out, I forgot the code cards. So I'll try to go back and add them to everybody if I can remember. I didn't do that intentionally. I was trying to get everybody's stuff shipped out before I went to vacation, and just got in a hurry. So, but I got tons of them, so I'll make sure everybody's getting some. So that's really all I got for tonight. Like I said, we'll be back at it on Thursday with another 5-boxer, and then Sunday will be the case break. And then after Sunday, we'll kind of get into some different stuff next week. We'll have a repack break, I think Tuesday is what I'm looking at. And then I'm not sure which day next week. We'll probably do a prism break. And we'll just kind of mix some things up. So that's all I got for tonight. Everybody have a great rest of your evening. Appreciate the support, and we'll see you all next time.